Taiwo, just catching you at the end of the season. I know it's been an interesting season for you and for Nottingham Forest, so we need to obviously chat about that a little bit. We're going to chat about your faith as well. But let's just start. We have to start with Nottingham Forest. I mean, you've been there now a little while. Surely at the start of the season, if I'd said to you, Taiwo, you guys with, a couple of games to go are going to be fighting it out for Champions League or Europa League, like what would you have actually said to me? How surprised are you?
Yeah, I think I would have just said, like, to be honest, I would have said, for me personally, I will talk on myself personally. For me personally, like, I'm not saying my goal is to aim for the Champions League from the start of the season, but that's where I've always wanted the club to be, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And even from the start that I joined the club, that was the reason why I joined the club, like the ambition of the owner, the history of the club, the fans, and how the club operate. I have always believed that's where they should be. But let's say like at the start of the season, I would have said maybe let's see how things goes.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Like, what's so different about this season? You were there last year when you just stayed up and it was a fight to stay in the Premier League. And now, for you to be third for a whole load of the season, and you're probably going to end up between kind of third and sixth, something like that. It's an amazing achievement to come from there to there. Have you noticed anything change? Is it the players, mentality? What is it?
I think for me, I think like I have a friend of mine that said to me like the first two seasons is the hardest when you just came up into the Premier League. And I think the third season, which we are in now, is just a bit of flow of the club is like aware of where they are. They've gone through like two tough seasons and they are like, oh, we're not going back there again. Let's try and improve and see how far we can get. And the improvement the club brought has really changed the environment in the club, and that's what pushed us to where we are today. I think it's just felt like when you've gone through series of fighting, series of endurance of difficulty and all, I think it's just a moment of okay, now it's just to like let the past be past and see how far we can go in this next season instead of fighting for the bottom, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it must be so nice. I mean, it kind of feels like that's what football is all about in a nutshell. Like you fought relegation, you have some tough times, and then now you're having the good times, the rewards. You've stayed loyal to the club, you've stayed there, you've trained, and now you guys are hopefully going to get into Europe. So, yeah, you just never know, do you? When you sign for a club, you don't know what's going to happen.
Happen, yeah, that's true.
But it's definitely, yeah, it's good that you're going in the right direction and not the other way, because
Yeah.
that'd be a bit sad. But yeah, I know Taiwo, for you yourself, obviously it's been an interesting season compared to the last two. Um, Fair to say you've had less minutes. I know you've had some injuries. There's been loads of competition for places. Like, how have you felt your season's been? Because the club's been, on a high. I'm sure it's been amazing to be a part of, but I'm guessing you'd have wanted to play a bigger part at this point. Is that fair?
Yeah, for me, like, it's just a bit of a mix of reaction for me. The club, of course, the club is where I wanted them to be, and I've not been playing that much as I wanted to. But like I always said, that's not on me. I think it's not my decision. I can't put myself on the field of play. But every time I've been opportune to get on the field of play, I think I've done the best for fighting for the club, trying to help the team as much as I can, which is the most important thing. And at the end, we are where we are today because everyone is working hard. And I think like the guys that are playing as well, and we that are coming in from the bench as well. I think everyone is just part of the success because a football game is not won on the match days. Matches are won in the training ground. How far we've trained, how far we've pushing each other, and I think that's just the situation for me. But if I want to play more, of course, every player want to play more. But that's not your call. You can make that decision. But one thing about me and everyone knows is I just keep going and I never let go of who I am, of what I believe in myself to be, and that's just it.
Yeah, how do you keep going when, there must be frustration there. Obviously, you want to play a bigger part. How do you keep that motivation?
I think I've seen worse. I think I've seen worse situation than this. And in the years past when I was on loan to different country, I've seen situations where I've not even played because I'm a loan player. So I think I've really gone past that situation. Because one thing I said to myself is you need to know why you're not playing as well, and you need to understand what's happening. And obviously, like we are the striker that is one of the best striker this season in the whole top five league. So that's nothing you can do. It's just to keep going as well. And do I deserve to play more minutes? Of course, yes, I do. But what can you do? That's not my call and that's not my decision. But in terms of how I keep going, it's just personal to me. The way I go up, my faith, my belief, how brought up, how I've brought up myself to be who I am today, the challenges I've faced in the past, how I've overcome them, and that's really helped me to see it as a different phase of life as well, and just to keep motivating myself like there is always the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It must really help when you've already gone through things like this before. And I guess that's the whole point, isn't it? In your career, you get shaped by different experiences and it helps you the next time it happens. So you're a better player when it happens and you're more mature. And I'm
Yeah.
guessing similar with the Super Eagles as well, right? With the national team. Like you've got yourself, you've got the two victors, you've got Osimhen, you've got Boniface there. It's like you and Chris Wood. It feels like you're always trying to be the main man and there's all these other people trying to knock you off. Is that just what it's like being a striker?
I think I knock them off also sometimes. That's just yeah. I think I've knocked them off in some situation as well. But that's what football is all about. Football is all about competition, and if it's your moment, it's your moment. Uh, in all fairness to all these big names that you've mentioned, I believe if it's my moment, many of them also will watch me playing as well. So that's football. I don't see myself like seeing them knocking me off or seeing myself knocking them off. I think it's all about moment. It's all about momentum. If it's their time, it's their time. If it's my time, it's my time. And that's how I see football.
Mm.
Whereas maybe the fans, they see it in another different way. But we that plays football know what football is all about. It's beyond watching it on the field of play. But when it comes to the Super Eagle as well, like you mentioned, it's never on you to make the decision. It's never on you. You can never say, okay, I want to be in the first 11. Okay, I want to play the next game. I want to be the top striker. I want to be this. I want to be that. It's never your call. The best you can do is you develop yourself to who you wanted yourself to be. And that's all it is.
So do you not think in your head then, right, I want to be the main man for Nigeria. I need to do this to get ahead of Osimhen, or do you not think like that? Do you just think take care of my own stuff and one day it'll just work out?
Honestly, like for me, I've never had the thinking of I want to be better than this, I want to be better than that. I believe everyone's destiny is different, everyone's route is different. That's my own belief. I never chased the goal of being better than someone else. I just wanted to be the best version of myself each year. Whether it's playing, whether it's not playing, I just want to be better than who I am.
Mm.
And of course, if you're not playing, maybe people cannot see that. But what are you doing when you're not playing as well? It's just to develop myself. Then when the opportunity comes to represent Nigeria or when the opportunity comes to play for my club, I'm ready to do it. So that's just it. But I've never had the intention of I want to be better than Osimhen, I want to be better than Boniface, I want to be better than this. No, that's not me.
Even when there's the AFCON coming up later this year, you're not thinking, I need to get more minutes, I need to do something. You're quite calm, you're just gonna see what happens.
No, that's not me. Everyone around me knows who I am, and I believe people understand me as a person. And for me, like it's a big word, and everyone has their thinking and how they see word entirely. I don't just believe in the aspect of I want to be better than this person to make it to AFCON. No, I want to be better in what I'm doing for myself.
Mm.
If it's getting more minutes, if it's scoring goals, then I will get to the AFCON. So I don't need to push to be better than Boniface to get to AFCON, to be better than Osimhen to get to AFCON. We are both human beings. Even the Bible said, as our faces are different, so is our heart desire different. So that is the way I see life. I don't think I need to be better than someone else to get to a position. I just need to be better and improve myself in what I'm doing. Then I would deserve where I needed to deserve. There are situations in football, there are people playing around the view that are not better than you. Everyone knows, like maybe there are some people, maybe in Germany, Bundesliga, in Premier League, in Spain. It's not every player that is playing ahead of you that are better than you. What about that as well?
Yeah,
So,
that's such a healthy
so,
way of looking at it. And I
so,
just, you're right.
so that,
Fans don't think that way.
yeah,
Fans want to like pit you against, your
yeah,
colleagues, and they want to see you like fight with them and be better. And yeah,
yeah,
but obviously you're friends with these guys, and you want everyone to do well, don't you? At the same time.
yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting to hear it from your point of view. It's much healthier
Mhm.
than fans thinking, oh, Taiwo must be so depressed about this, or he knows he's got to get better than this person. So that's really interesting to hear. But when you look forward, then what do you think you have to do for you to have a good year? Is it just Nottingham Forest in the top five? Is it something to do with the national team? Like, what are you thinking? What are you going to be
I
happy
think
with?
I I think presently nothing but the Champions League, to be honest. I think presently because we're out of the FA after going through all those long run, broke my nose in the midst of it as well. Get knocked out in the semi-final. I think if I would justify the season and how far we've worked hard this whole year, I think making the Champions League will be a huge motivation for us as a team.
I think that's a good shout. I mean, that would be like one of the biggest achievements in Premier League history for Forest to go from where you were last year to Champions League. That'd be unbelievable.
Champions. Yeah.
And even as a Chelsea fan like me, I'm backing you. Even if you finish above Chelsea, I'll let you do that just for you. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible what you're doing. You just got to finish it off now, haven't you? I mean, we're nearly at the end of
Yeah.
the season, and just got to keep going for those final few games. Tawa, you've already spoken. You mentioned the Bible. It comes across that you care a lot about other people, and you're not out to like displace anyone else. You speak very well of other people, and if you just look at like your social media, you can see that you're someone who loves to give back to community. You're thinking about serving other people, which you don't always see in football. I know it's busy. You've got a lot of eyes on you. You could just choose to focus on your football and not think about anyone else, but you clearly don't do that. So the question is why? Why are you like that? What's your motivation for thinking about others, serving others, being kind? Why do you do that?
Yeah, I think it comes from how I grew up. I think growing up, I really find it very difficult, in all honesty, and I mean really, really, really difficult. So getting to where I am today is two things for me: my faith in God and who God is in my life, and of course with a lot of hard work. And when I think of those two situations, like I just brought into play like those two factors into my life. If not for God and how far He has given me the grace to work and to develop myself to who I am today, where would I have been? So that was what makes me to think of, even maybe from the little I have, that's nothing bad trying to help those people as well. Because maybe if I had someone helping me, maybe my journey might have been different, if you get what I mean. Then also when I was studying the Bible as well, when I do read my Bible, like I found in the Bible where it says like you should just love your neighbor as yourself. And your neighbor is not just your family member, it can be your friend, it can be stranger, it can be anybody. So the little you can give, the little you can help can go a long way. A little help that you render to someone, you don't know what it means, even if it's just saying hello to them. It doesn't have to be gift. It doesn't have to be you sharing something or you trying to give money or to give a gift. The kind of compassion you show to people is enough. It can go a really, really long way. And I think it's both I learned that from the way I grew up and from me being a Christian. And that was just the reason, nothing more to add for it. I don't do it just because I want to be seen as okay. Is no, no.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And I'm guessing for you, you were probably brought up in a Christian home. I'm guessing, or it was like very much
Yeah,
something that you learned as a young kid. So the question would be, what at what point did it become personal to you, where you actually thought, "Do you know what? I'm going to give my life to God. I'm going to live for Jesus. I'm going to be this guy." Versus just doing it because that's what the culture says, or my parents take me to church. Like, was there a moment where you it became your own
yeah.
faith?
I think honestly, like growing up is something I met through my parents. They took me to church every Sunday. My dad is an elder in the church. My mom is among the deaconesses. My brother is a pastor. My sister also is like a choir in the church. So it's
Wow.
like a family thing. So it's a
Yeah, there was
big
no way you
Christian
were getting out
family.
of that.
So there is no way you can. Though I still play my football, I still run around the street. Like, but there are times that I need to be in the church. There are times I need to follow the protocol. You have to go to church. But honestly, where it tells on me was when I was really, really chasing my dream of being a football player. And that was in 2011 because there are some prayer requests that I prayed and that come to pass. And it's not because those things come to pass, but I have been following up right from kids, being a Christian, going to church and all that. But I decided in 2011, then when I signed after I moved to Europe, then I was all alone by myself. My only best friend is my Bible. So at this time, the only thing I do is in a year, maybe in a season, I used to read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, like maybe two times in a year. So because that was the only thing and those reading, because after training, I'm always home. I hardly go out, so I love reading as well. So I think that was where it tells on me, like, okay, this is where I want to be. This is how I want to live my life.
So how different do you think your football career is, and the way you see the game and the way you play it because of your faith? Like, do you think you'd be where you are today without it? Are you just a better version, or is it really like does your faith and your football go together?
I think they actually goes together because it makes me to see the things in a different way. It makes me to learn when to react, when to keep quiet. Because football is another different world entirely. I wish maybe after my career I can really talk a lot more about football. But once you are in the game, there are less to what you can say. But I think if there's one thing that have really helped me manage those situations in my football career is my faith. So I think if it's not been for my faith, maybe I might have been a different person, to be honest,
Yeah,
because football has given me so much, and in those things that you're seeing in football, there are many things that you can't like. You just need something to keep you going. Is it injury? Is it you not playing? Is it some situation you find yourself in that you're not happy about? And it's not only in football, in life generally. So I think my faith has really helped me to manage all those things, keep my smile, and still be happy.
yeah.
And my faith has really taught me it's not all about football as well.
Yeah, I think from the outside, like obviously people idolize footballers. We think it's the best thing you could ever
Yeah.
do. You know, you're superstars, you're on people's walls, people on social media want to know everything about you. It like we properly idolize football, don't we? And make you guys really famous for what you do. It sounds like from what you're saying there, actually it's not all great and actually there's some hard stuff and some difficult stuff, especially as a Christian in pro football. So what's some of that stuff that's quite hard for you? Is it the fame? Is it the money? Is it the culture? The expectation? Like what is it that actually is quite difficult, especially as a Christian?
Yeah, I think for me, like the difficulty in football, I think is it talks. I would say, like for me, it can be individual, personal. It can be personal to most people, but I would say, like in football. in life generally, I don't even have to go about football alone, but in life generally, there are some situations where you find yourself, you just feel like it's not me today. It's not me. But in football, like it's what you do every day. You have to go into training every day. You see the same set of people all year around. You have to learn how to deal with people. You have to go within people. But do you want to tell me like everyone that is working with you does things that you're happy about every day? No way. So how do you react to all those things? The only thing that can keep you going is who you are. And who are you? Who are you in Christ? Because when you look at some situation, maybe you go into there like something just feel off for you, or something is not really how you wanted it to be. Maybe you can go in today, then all of a sudden you got injured. People don't want to know why you get injured. Then all of a sudden people keep tagging you because I've been in that situation, to be honest. All of a sudden, he's injured. We need to sell him. We need to do this. We need to do that. They don't ask the reason why is he injured. There are reasons to why he is injured. It's not just getting injured. It's not just breaking his leg or it's not just twisting his muscle. So that's what people don't want to know. That's what people is not. That's not the question people are asking. But people keep tagging you about all that. People keep saying shit that you don't like. But the question for you is, do you react to all those things? Do you get frustrated to all those things? So I think like for me, like my faith has really come in place to all those things. So if you get what I mean. So that's why I say like it's not always all blessing and glowing and all that, but I think it's still the best thing that has ever happened to me in life.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Taiwo, has there been maybe one or two examples of where your faith has got you through either on the pitch or just like in a stage of your career? Have you seen like a particular breakthrough, or is it through injury? Just something where you think, without my faith, I don't think this would have gone this way.
I think without my faith, I don't think I will be in the Premier League.
Mm. Why?
I think I think because growing up, actually like this was one of the most reason why my faith is so important to me. Growing up, everything I've ever wanted is what have really happened to me. And those things don't just happen. It comes through a lot of intimacy. It comes through a lot of time with God. But if those things happen or not, that still doesn't stop who God is in my life. That's me because that's what I go up to learn, and after studying it myself, that's what I found myself doing, and that's the most important thing to me. So I think if if that is not faith for me, I won't be in the Premier League because I'll tell you a story about how this. I will just keep it short a bit. How the Premier League story just come about. Growing up, like the first year, like I traveled out of Nigeria. The first year I traveled out of Nigeria was 2011, and we went to Chelsea Football Club. Then it was like this Coca-Cola tournament under 15, under 16 tournament. Then I was privileged to be among the 16 player in the whole of Nigeria. After going through a lot of training, those first year, like the first time I get myself into England, honestly. I was already believing in God. I was already praying, but not as this much. But I think the only thing I just said to myself is, if that God that picked me from Ilorin, if you know where that my state is, and being able to bring me to this England through this same football, the only thing I said is, I only want to play in England. That was my prayer point. I only want to get a club in England. And guess what? Three, is it 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15? 4 years after, the first club that signed me was Liverpool. So that was my prayer being answered. So
So, you,
when
so
Liverpool,
you don't think you would have got there just because of your talent anyway?
I think it's part of my talent make is also like the basic factor. Because even the Bible said it. You know, one thing that people misjudge sometimes is they do think faith is just all about faith. No. The Bible itself tells you that faith without work is dead. So if you don't have talent, if you don't work hard, and you just rely on your faith, there is nothing you can accomplish. But if those two work together, there are a lot of things you can accomplish. That you know, one thing about the Bible and one thing about faith is people need to understand as well. People need to understand. The Bible said, like, it also said, like, that there is a place in the Bible that said, seeth a man that worketh diligent, that diligently worketh. He said he will stand before kings and not men. So basically, what the Bible is telling you is you need to work, you need to show that you are good at what you are doing. Then that faith things come in place, like, okay, because I've done this part, I put my faith in it, I put my trust in God, everything will work together for good. So if you are not talented, if you don't work hard, and you just say, okay, let me carry my Bible and just sleep in my room, maybe Liverpool will come and call me. No way, you will sleep, you will be in that room forever. So it has to do with my hard work, my talent, and the most person that make it happen is my faith and my belief in God.
Mm.
Because then God will not crown it for you because you have done your bit. It's now left to God to do his part for you. So I think both working out together. So it's not just because I'm a believer, I just find myself in Liverpool. So what I'm just saying is after going through all those hard work, my faith and my belief was just like, God, I've done this part, please. I only want to play in England. Then Liverpool signed me. So all of a sudden, I get loaned out to different clubs. So do you want to tell me I still don't believe I will play in England? So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? So I think my faith, all those loan as well, I still believe I will be back in England one day.
But we'll have to
Thank
chat
God you are
right.
in,
We'll have to chat right
thank
at the
God
end
you
of
are,
your career and see
yeah,
the reasons
thank
you
God
did that.
you are in contact with my agent. You can ask him like my year in Union Berlin, like my last season in Union Berlin, when he came to visit my apartment, I've already packed my bag. He came to my house, he walked into my room and he said, because with all due respect to Union Berlin, it's a club I love so much. But at that point in time, they already ready to sell also to make the money for the club. And which was why I also decided to leave because we have good relationship and it's one of the best club I've ever been. Good people, good club. My agent came into my apartment that day and he saw all of my bag packed. Then he said, "T, where are you going?"
Yeah,
I
you're going
said, "Now
somewhere.
it's time." Now I said, "Now it's time to move to the Premier League." He was shocked because that's how I work. I tell people what I'm about to do next, and I think one of the most thing that has happened to me, and I would say like it's been in the Premier League. It's just my faith because from the onset, that was the only goal I have. For me, it's always the Premier League, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, for me, it's always my family. Everyone knows. My agent, everyone knows. It's always the Premier League. I know when I will tell myself, "Thank you, Premier League." So I still have 2 more years with Nottingham Forest. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we'll see what happens. I'm still a player, but maybe after the 2 years, if I don't have any other option, then I don't have any other club, then I can pack my bag. But so far, so good. I'm still here 2 more years.